we see people on YouTube who are not experts talking about health and keto, myself included. We get excited about the idea that a regular person like you and me can transform their body and get their health back. I want to talk about how to safely gather information that will help you improve your health and how to avoid information that's going to send you down that rabbit hole where you're doing things that are honestly against your health and stopping you from living the life that you really want to live. On my journey, I've watched many people who gave bad information, incorrect information, sometimes even terrible information about keto. Talking about adding fat to everything, wrap bacon around everything, just really bad information. I've watched educational videos about how to do keto that talked about the benefits and the issues with the keto diet. And of course, multiple people giving multiple opinions and ideas about whether or not we should even be doing the keto diet. Some of them I watched for months at the start of my journey, knowing that the information was just frankly garbage. And a lot of people would ask, why? Why did you watch those videos? And it's because we can learn from the mistakes of others. It helped me to see someone making excuses. It helped me to see someone making replacement foods and struggling with their family events and family members not being on board with what they're doing. And other issues that I hadn't lived yet, but that could be coming my way if I continued on this path. This is something called vicarious learning. And our children do it all the time, right? If I watch my big brother or my little sister do something that my parents don't like, or something that my parents do like, it helps me to understand what kind of behavior I should do if I want to be in favor with my parents. So this is not new. And I think it was something that was really beneficial for me to do because on my journey, I watched many people who ate keto processed foods and keto-friendly desserts and snacks, and I saw them lose weight. So guess what happened on my journey? I started making those keto-friendly desserts. And one thing that it did do is it helped me to get over the hump of not eating chips and cookies and ice cream and all of that stuff. However, it also introduced me to this world of keto junk food that still wasn't helping me, right? So I had to learn the hard way that letting any kind of junk food into my life is still letting junk food into my life, and it will have a repercussion on how my health is going. The more you educate yourself, the longer you work on your health, and the more results you're going to live because you're working on yourself and you're working on your health, the better your understanding of what works and what causes issues is going to be. The reason that you are doing this keto diet or whatever diet you're doing matters because it's going to determine the kind of actions that you're taking, right? So the reason for my behavior determines the actions that I take. Keto is so simple. Eat 20 grams of carbs or less every day, healthy protein, healthy fat, the right amount of protein for your body, for your goal weight, and your health and your weight will improve. And depending on what channel I watched, I saw people with different goals, and therefore I saw people with very different ways of eating keto. One of the first channels that I found was a lady that had significant weight to lose, but seemed to be very focused on finding keto replacement for all the fun things that she used to eat, and especially was focused on keto replacement candies, so sugar-free candies. And she did a lot of reviews about those foods and even received products for free for her efforts. And I did find it interesting to see that there, at the very beginning, that there was a way that you could make, so you start learning about, what do you call those things? Sugar replacements, right? Because if you put artificial sweeteners in things or even natural but different sweeteners and things, you can get away with not having that spike of blood sugar, right? But what I kind of realized is that the focus on keeping the fun foods in her life, as I watched along with her journey, led to her no longer doing keto and saying how unsustainable it was. And it was interesting to me because it was unsustainable because you were trying to keep all these fun foods in your life, which just meant that you overate those fun foods, which is what was happening. And so is it unsustainable? Another channel that I watched for a long time was a bodybuilder and doing keto, bodybuilding. And what I found interesting in this person's channel was that there was, again, this focus on processed foods. So protein powders and meal replacement shakes and bars and things, and MCT oils and pills, and just this focus on how to enhance their physically fitness. So, and can I just point out, the person looked amazing, but they were still trying to even more enhance this amazing physique. And I noticed that no matter what was happening, he was constantly looking for the next best thing, which meant that occasionally he wasn't doing keto because he was trying some other bulking method to try to get better gains. And through watching this channel, it helped me to really investigate the idea that what I'm doing is about, so is it, the question, is it about doing what's biologically best for my body, or chemically creating the story where I look my best? Am I willing to eat processed foods to try to trick my body into a state that isn't natural? Something that we were doing when we were trying to lose weight on a standard diet, right? We would drink the shakes and take the meal replacements, and we would starve ourselves. We would do whatever it took in this pursuit of weight loss. And now I'm doing keto, and am I willing to do that? What am I doing today? Being thin is not the be-all and end-all of life for me. Looking like a supermodel isn't the thing that I'm trying to accomplish. And what I've realized is, most importantly for me, I want to have good flexibility. I want to have good energy. I want to be strong, have good internal health, and the mental clarity to think well and do the things that I want to do in life. And I think that if I have all of these things, it's going to let me live life the way that I feel like it, so that I'll be able to do my sports and activities and try new things. I'm on YouTube talking about keto and encouraging you to take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, wellness warrior. I'm also asking you to be a good student. And a good student asks questions and seeks answers that make sense. At some point, I had to ask if I really believed that eating replacement cakes and cookies was actually helping me to focus on the health of my body. Sure, it got me through the hump between eating real garbage and then these replacement foods, but was it helping me to create the healthy body that I wanted? I had to ask myself if the time that I was investing in making these keto cookies, keto donuts, keto bread, keto, what are the things I made? Keto cakes, replacement spaghetti, and like all these things that I was making, I had to ask myself if the time that I was putting in was worth the fact that once I made these treats, I had to restrain myself from eating them all because they did taste good, or the fact that if I did overeat them, I was then upset with myself. I was angry. I was annoyed. I was frustrated, because what's the difference if I overeat regular garbage or I overeat too many carbs in this stuff? Because there's still carbs in those foods, right? Almond flour has carbs. And then I find out later that almond flour also has oxalates and just things that I don't need in my body. The truth was, I had seen with my own eyes that both of those keto advocates eventually stopped doing keto because they allowed goals other than health to get in the way. Wellness warrior, what is your goal? I want you to take a moment and really think about what you are trying to accomplish. Do you want long-term health that is accompanied by weight loss? Or do you want a quick fix, loopholes, and workarounds that means that you will struggle with your weight for the rest of your life? As tempting as it might be to have someone tell you that you can lose belly fat in your sleep, just drink this or eat that you can lose fat, 20, 30 pounds with zero effort. The truth is, just like happiness, good health takes work. Good relationships, everything in life that's worth having takes work. You need to work out to be strong. You need to eat an appropriate diet to be healthy. And if you want to be sure that you can eat correctly so that you can make that decision reliably, I want to suggest that you watch Who Controls When You Eat. It's a video that I have. It's going to help you to really make these decisions the right way.